Hey, what's up? Um, had some things to talk about today, and I felt that I need to talk about it because it's like brothers need to know what's up. And a lot of times you don't know what's up, and that's why you fall into the traps of females who don't have no intelligence about what's going on in the real world. Now, I was talking to this sister that was in New York, and she like very, very dark. Her family on her mother's side is from Panama. I mean, she, beautiful lip, big old giant almond-shaped eyes, dark skin, just beautiful all the way around. But I met her through her debating on a certain site on Facebook talking about how men are this way, that way. You know, the same old stuff that, most thoughts be talking about, most Negro pens be talking about, most hood rap be talking about. But when they want to get something, they fall into the same category of being a slave, just like the other females who caught up in slavery. I asked a young lady today, I said, tell me something. What's the difference from a woman in Brownsville, a woman in the country, a woman in high society, and a woman who's hard on her luck as a woman of color? And she said, I don't know, what is it? I said, nothing. Because if all of them have the same mentality, where they want to only serve their Caucasian masters, then they can't be helped at all. I was explaining to the sister why she should become my queen. And as I was going down the list about why she should become my queen, then I reversed the polarity and asked her, what do you have to offer and why should you become my queen? And she, of course, didn't have nothing to say. So I said, let me be more specific. What do you want in a marriage? Clueless. Anything I said, basically, she couldn't say nothing other than she hear me, she hear what I'm saying. I said, are you a virgin? She said, no. I said, so how long ago was your virginity taken? She didn't answer the question. Then I go on to ask her, okay, do you want a husband? She said, yes. I said, do you want a husband to look out for you, protect you, this, that, and another? She said, yes. I said, so why is it so hard for you to answer questions when the brother asks you questions in order to see if you're compatible? She said, there ain't no problem, this, that, and another. Now, of course, she's working at a job that she's serving her Caucasian masters as a security guard. Now, peep this, she's 4'11", she's a security guard, and she goes and promotes strip teasing, being a stripper. And I'm like, okay, so why are you a stripper? I needed the money. I said, so you need the money, so why won't you just get a husband who's going to honor and respect you and you don't have to do that kind of work in one ear out the other? I said, why do you wear perm in your hair if you're proud of who you are? Well, this is what you got to do to be in the real world. I said, that's not true. I said, if they dictate everything you have to do to serve them or work for them, that's called slavery. But they don't see that. But when a man of color asks them to be a wife, then they talk about, you're trying to keep me down, stop me from growing. Now I'm like, how am I keeping you down, stopping you growing, if you're working at a place where they dictate to you how to look, how to dress, how to talk, and they pay you a very small fee that you can't even really pay your rent, and you're living in the projects with your father that just got out of prison, and he's only relying on you because he ain't got nothing? How's that possible? And if you're living in the projects, that pretty much means you ain't paying much rent. So it's like, explain to me how this is progress. If you got a man that has a house, has a car, want to take care of you, invite you into his house and all that, and you go, I don't know you, you could be a rapist, you could be a pimp, you could do this, women have got killed this way and all that. And I'm thinking, if a woman go out to be strippers and selling drugs and getting into the game, you're going to get killed or you're going to get abused. It's simple as that. But if you're going out meeting a real brother who's about something, about culture, about history, about foundation, got his face plastered all over the internet, and do all the things that represent that he's going to take care of you, and he's honest, you can't compare. But see, a hood rat mentality always going to put you in the category of you can't be trusted, even though they're the ones who got the issues. You chase after all that fast money as you think it is, and it's actually not fast money at all. And then you wonder why you're suffering the consequences of getting caught up. I've talked to a lot of sisters on the internet who have went out and fell for the okie dokie and end up getting caught up in the sex ring, having them do porn and all that, and they have no way out because they have enough intelligence to run out wherever they're at, go to the police and tell them they're kidnapping me, they're holding me, and they're making me do stuff. You know, it's like you so free with your mouth, but then when you get caught up, you so scared. Well, they're going to kill me. Anybody can threaten to kill you. Anybody can threaten to do anything. You have to make a decision to yourself what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. So as I'm talking to her, and she's talking all this rhetoric, and I'm trying to explain to her the truth about rhetoric, correction. And I'm trying to explain to her the truth of the nature. And then I asked her, have you looked at my videos? Once again, no, I haven't looked at your videos. Have you seen a picture of me? No, I haven't. How could you communicate with a person over an hour or give your phone number to a person over an hour and not even check them out, not even go to their page, not even see what they're about? That's just coonery at the highest level. Then I go on and say, okay, so and then she said, I said, so in my culture, we don't do marriage under the Caucasian law because they ain't no different than slave papers. And then she go, but wow, oh, you got to do this because when my grandfather died, he didn't leave nothing to my grandmother and she couldn't get nothing because they wasn't legally married. I said, first of all, you legally change your birth certificate name to the last name of that man, and then you have him sign an affidavit or some kind of paperwork indicating that you are married under your culture and your law. And if this country don't acknowledge it, so freaking what? You know, if you have his last name, then they're consider you family right off the bat because you got his last name. Especially if it's a rare name. But see, you can't talk to stupid people because stupid people don't want to listen. All they want to do is tell you what you doing is wrong, and they don't recognize that the law that has been made is to keep your dumb ass down. So while you telling me I don't know what I'm talking about and you can't do this and that and you ain't gonna stand for that, you so full of that. Like the other day when I made the video talk about when a woman become intimate with a man, her energy get changed. And so she get more psycho, she get more bipolar, she get more unbalanced. So a lot of you females out here who claim to be single and then fuck Tom, Dick, and Harry, that's one of the reasons why you're so screwed up. So you can't think straight. You can't even manifest a good thought because everything you're thinking is from the Caucasian culture. And the Caucasian culture ain't gonna never do nothing for you. They're gonna use you as a pawn and continue to use you until they use you up. And then when they finish, they're gonna either take your ovaries and sell that on the black market and do everything else. They are not good people. But people of color, especially women, y'all so naive, you're so quick to follow them and don't want to listen to no Nubian brothers. And you wonder why we got issues with you. Don't no man of color want no simp woman who always slurping up to Caucasian culture. Or I got a BA or AA or I got my education from Mr. Tom. Why would we want to support that? I work for Mr. Tom. I dress for Mr. Tom. I act like Mr. Tom. I believe in his religion and all that. How do you think you're going to get a good man with that? Oh, I only date black men. Another thing Mr. Tom taught you to say. You have to get away from this slave mentality. Why won't y'all listen? I see so much beauty and potential in a lot of my sisters. I'm relentless about trying to get a sister that I can help and cultivate. But I'm not going to do it by reactionary. I'm not going to say, here's some money, here's a place to live, here's this, I can do this, I pay, give. Because when I do that, they attack. Oh, you talking about you want to get this, that, and the other. But aren't you doing it? I ain't never met a young woman yet, not one, and I've talked to thousands, that will not take money and accept what you're offering if you're giving it to her. All she worry about is, do I have to deal with you? Boy, give me the money, but I don't hear nothing you got to say. I got to get my fried preps hair done or whatever. It's a shame. It's an insult. My whole objective is to encourage my people of color to work as a family, as a nation. We need to build. If you're so scared of the internet, stay your ass off. Stop putting up booty pictures and showing your nakedness. Stop showing every detail of you and letting people see your name tag and where you work at and everything, and then talk about you don't know him. If a man want to kill your ass, he will go and follow and find out where you at and come right where you at and kill your ass. So it's not about that. It's about how you keep your mentality in order. Most of the time you don't pay attention to nothing. She asked me, will I let my daughter have a family